Namaste. Good morning. Hope everyone had a nice rest last night. Find your comfortable seat. Make sure that your legs are supported either with a block underneath your knees or a book or a pillow or something underneath your knees. Or if your knees are on the floor, that's fine too. But if they're up here, put a block there, wherever you've got your legs supported, so that the inside of the groin can begin to relax. Notice your sit bones on the floor or on the block or on the pillow, just noticing them side to side. Be aware of your tailbone, your pubic bone, and that diamond that you've created. And then lift up through the pelvic floor for a moment. Just lift up the pelvic diaphragm. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Good. And notice how the diaphragm itself begins to lift and the belly begins to hollow out a little bit. Now bring the breath down into the belly for a few breaths. Let the belly expand on the inhale and exhale. Bring the belly back. So just letting the diaphragm push the organs out of the way on the inhale, and they come all the way back, recoiling on the exhale. Just a few abdominal breaths. Good, and then just checking in and seeing how your psyche is, how you're feeling mentally. It's a foggy, cloudy day here in Guatemala. So just seeing how you're feeling. Bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Let your thumbs rest gently on your sternum. Let your head bow just a little. And bring your senses within. Think about yourself internally for a moment. Think about the movement of the blood through the veins, the heart beating, your whole gastrointestinal tract digesting, the kidneys cleansing, lymph removing any impurities. Just thinking about the inner workings of your perfect body. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. Special prayer of thanksgiving for Babaji. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of Yoga, Ayurveda, and with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming practice. So what is in yourself today that would need transforming, that you might like to transform? That you have a goal for changing. Letting that idea, that intention, that sankalpa fill your mind for a moment. And then find a way to state it positively, as if it were already happening. And repeat it to yourself 3 times. And then thinking of someone or something to which to dedicate your practice today, something that needs a little extra oomph. And then join me if you can where you are in one resounding Om. Exhaling the breath out and inhaling to chant. Letting your eyes flutter open. And then interlacing the fingers of the hand and just pressing the hands toward me for a moment. Letting the shoulder blades slip off the back and toward me. Good. And then set the shoulder blades back down firmly. And then let them come out again. So just a little arc with the hands as you set the shoulder blades down firmly. And then arc them up a little bit and let them come out. One more time. Set the shoulder blades back firmly. And then arch and let them come out. Let's change the flip of the hands. Good. So now the knuckles are pointing toward me. And then again, set the shoulder blades back down on the back. And then open the arms slowly out to the side. Slow is good. Really, really slowly. Palms are facing me. Good. Pull in the belly, lift up the pelvic floor, breathe. Extend through your fingertips. Breathe. And then slowly, just the left arm coming up overhead. Notice the shoulder blade on the back of the body. Just notice its movement. And then bringing the left arm back into neutral. Nice and slowly. Right arm coming up overhead slowly, slowly, slowly. And then moving back into neutral. And then both arms coming up. Just noticing the shoulder blades on the back of the body. Keep the belly in, keep the pelvic floor lifted. Palms facing me. Reach through the fingertips. Really reach through the fingertips. Big, broad fingers, lots of space between each finger. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side and just lightly, gently touch the fingertips to the floor. Just gently, slowly, slowly, slowly. Palms facing down. Slowly, notice the shoulder blades on the back. And gently touch the fingertips to the floor. Good. So working with just the left shoulder for a moment, I want you to take the left shoulder back, up, forward, and down. A slow circle, back, up, forward, and down. Try to smooth it out. If you notice a jag, just go back, pick it up, and come back with it. Now the other direction. Forward, up, back, and down. Slow. Let your arm just be dead, let your hand just be dead weight on the arm. So just let the whole arm go with you. Keep it slow, keep it smooth, and notice if it is smooth or not. When you get to neutral, just pause, let your whole left arm relax. Hand is on the floor, however it falls. Good. And now just focusing on your right arm. Okay, right at the shoulder joint. We're going to take the shoulder up and back and down and front. And up and back and down and front. Try not to make a diamond. Try to make a circle. Try to make it as smooth a circle as you possibly can. If you find a jag, just stop there and go back. When you get to the bottom, stop this time, and then let's go back, forward, forward, and up, and back, and down. Forward, and up, and back, and down. Your right hand is just dead weight. Just increasing our proprioception, the communication between our brain and our muscles. So just relaxing both arms for a moment. Hands are on the floor, again, just dead weight. And then we're going to coordinate and do both shoulders at once. And remember, trying to keep circles, not diamonds, okay? So forward, we'll start there. Forward and up and back and down. To press. Forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more. Forward, up, back, and down. From down, let it just come back into neutral. Let it just rise up. Keep your hands as dead weight. And now we're going to go back those same 4 times, okay? So down and back and up and forward. Down and back, up and forward. Down and back, up and forward. One more. Down, back. Smooth it out. Up and forward. Good. Just resting your hands, keeping your arms dead weight, just letting the shoulders relax for a moment. No movement. So just noticing how your shoulders feel for a moment. We're going to take the arms again out to the side. Flip the palms to face me. Reach out through the fingers. And then take the arms up overhead. Okay. And this time, rise up with the left arm, rise up with the right arm. So the shoulder blades have moved up and off and up toward the ceiling. Good. We're going to bend our elbows and let the shoulder blades glide down, taking our elbows into goddess pose. Good. Just open the fingers big and wide. And then working slowly, again with the rhomboids and the scapula, just taking our elbows, hands, and forearms together, and then bringing them apart, moving slowly, really slow. Bringing them together, slowly, and apart. And again, together, elbows, forearms, fingers, and apart. We're going to flip the forearms toward the ground, just see where they are. Look out to the side, just seeing the range of motion. And then to the side and in, just the windshield wiper. Slow. You can even slow it down more than I'm going. Slow. Good. And then just relax your arms, back of the hands on the legs. Shoulders relax, completely relax. Lift your pelvic floor, pull your belly in, extend your spine as much as you possibly can. Good. So that whole area was working a lot at our Vishuddha chakra, at the area between Anahat and Vishuddha. So working between the heart region and the throat dimple region, really putting lots of emphasis on an open heart, okay? So for just a moment, working at the area, that's prana, vayu, with its centers. And now we're going to work a little bit on udana, vayu, that upward flow. So all we're going to do is very slowly and gently, without moving our sternum, so that our shoulders are not moving, our sternum is not moving. Just our head is rotating on the atlas axis connection at the top of your spine. So your head gently taking it out to the left. Pause when you get there. Breathe. Notice the compression at the neck region. And then slowly come back. Same side, 3 times. Once again, move slowly. Chin is parallel to the floor. Pause. Don't let your shoulders move. Sternum didn't move. Nothing moved except your head on the top of your spine. And return slowly with control. One more time. Keep your shoulders soft. Don't let them move. Headed with your head and face over to the left. And then slowly back into the center. And then just notice the differences in your sides. Right to left, left to right, just notice. And then we're going very slowly over to the right side, just the head. Shoulders stay stable, sternum stays stable, everything stays stable. Just the head rotating on the axis. And slowly back to center. And again to the right, slow. And back to center. Good. And again, slowly. And back to center. Excellent. Just being still for a moment. One more move into that area. We're going to tuck our chin into our chest, keep your spine long, just putting the pressure at the dimple of the throat. Breathe as little as the breath as you can get in through the nose, always through the nose in asana practice. And then lift the head, and then don't lose your head. Keep control as you take and extend along the neck, looking up toward the ceiling only as much as is comfortable. And bring your head back. Good. Go ahead and flip your palms toward your knees for a moment, just relaxing. We're going to do a very gentle twist, okay? So noticing the belly button firmly toward me with the belly button. And we're going to take our sternum slowly out to the left. So we are not going to do like a fast twist. So I want you to take an exhale, root down through your sit bones, and inhale. Begin your journey out to the left. You can keep your face toward me if you like, so you can see if it's where is your sternum headed. And then if you'd like, you can let your head gently follow over your left shoulder. Again, it's just the rotation atlas axis. Breathe, belly is in, pelvic floor is lifted. And then take the head and chin again out over the right shoulder. And on our next exhale, we'll release the twist slowly. Good, stabilize. And then we're going to take our twist over to the right side, okay? So slowly and gently, exhale the breath, ground down, and then begin your inhale. So you have breath in to resist again. You can keep your head toward me so you're sure that your sternum is headed out to the right while you are tall. And now you can let your chin slowly make its way out over your right shoulder, nice and slow. Breathe. Notice where there's any restriction in the body. Belly is in, pelvic floor is lifted. And then gently taking your chin out again over the left shoulder. Breathing. And then slowly releasing the twist on your next exhale, nice and slow. Back of the hands resting on the legs, and just notice how you're feeling. So in a moment, we're going to move into the hip area, okay? And I want to show you first before we begin this, because we're actually going to do it lying down this morning, okay? So wait a moment, don't go yet, because I want you to see very gently what's going to happen first, okay? So I'm lying down on my back, and I have my knees bent, my feet on the floor. My arms and shoulders are relaxed. It's as if we were doing a reclined cat-cow. I'm going to move my hands just to my ribs so you can see my lower body, okay? I have my low back curve on the floor. my knees bent. So my bottom is on the floor, my sacrum is on the floor, my shoulders are on the floor, my feet are on the floor. And I'm going to play for just a moment, very slowly, with taking my mid back to the floor and release. So wait for a moment before we're going to do that, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to dive my pubic bone down between my legs, get more of an arch, and then come back into neutral. So we're going to go down to the floor 4 times. We're going to go in the other direction 4 times, and then we're going to mix those 2 things up. Okay? So for now, lie down. Bend your knees, put your feet firmly on the floor, reach behind you, make sure you have some low back curve, just your natural low back curve. If you don't feel much, just lift your bottom off the floor and then replace it, keeping your low back curve. You can rest your hands on your pelvic basket or just place them on the floor beside you, whichever is most comfortable. Good, take a nice inhale. And as we exhale, belly to spine and roll the belly button toward the floor, down toward the floor. And inhale, release. We're moving on the exhale. Exhale, spine to floor. Inhale, release. Keep it slow. Exhale, spine to floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, spine to floor. Inhale, release. Just stay for a moment. The slower you move, the more your proprioception, your brain muscle connection improves. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to dive our pubic bone down between our legs as we get more low back curve. So exhale, move. Inhale, return. Just to neutral. Exhale, move. Inhale, return. Exhale, move. Inhale, return. Exhale, move. And inhale, return. Just being still for a moment. Just noticing how it feels back to front, front to back. We're going to now coordinate our breath. We're going to exhale, spine to the floor. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, pubic bone down. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, spine to the floor. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, spine to the floor. Pubic bone down. Inhale, neutral. Again, spine to the floor. Inhale, neutral. Pubic bone dives down. Inhale, neutral. One more. Spine to the floor. Inhale, neutral. Dive down the pubic bone one more time. And inhale, neutral. And if you can't see me, I think this deserves coming up and taking a look. Because Mitzy, my cat, has done that entire series on my belly, making bread with her paws the whole time. She's so excited about doing asana right now. She said that's called cat pose. Okay, so we are here. We're going to stay here for a moment. So lie back down. Come on back down. I still have my neutral low back curve, not too much, not too little, just the neutral. Good. And then slowly, I want you to bring your right leg into your chest, just a little. Left leg into your chest. Keep the low back curve. Keep the low back curve. Just notice what it takes to keep that low back curve. And then put the right leg on the floor, left leg on the floor. Good. Now notice that your pubic bone and tailbone are headed evenly down towards your ankles. And now I want you to lift them toward your knees. So coming off for just a moment and relax. So this is not, I don't want us to invert and stay there. I just want us to pass through briefly. So this should be fine for everyone. We're just going to do 4 times, and that was 1. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Still have your low back curve. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. And exhale, lift. And inhale, return. Good. And then lift both knees again into your chest and extend your spine upward so that you get your back on the floor. Knees are bent. We're going to straighten the legs toward the ceiling. Exhale, inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, extend the legs. You can point your toes. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, extend, point your toes, release, back to neutral. And one last time, extend and back to neutral. Good. And then both feet onto the floor and stretching out all the way down to the floor for a moment. Just stretching all the way through the floor. Flex your feet, toes toward the ceiling, press through your heels, keep them on the floor firmly. Pressing in. Good. And then bend your knees. We're going to go to a figure 4 on our right leg. So bring the right knee in, place the right ankle on the outside of your left leg, on the outside. The foot and the ankle are outside the leg. That right above the ankle is resting up right above the knee. And this may be perfectly fine for you for the rotation on your right leg. Some of you are going to want to bend the left leg in closer and hold on behind your left thigh. But keep your shoulders moving toward the floor. No crunches here. So if it's not comfortable, you can always slide in a belt or a strap around the leg. Just moving into the figure 4. Breathe. Notice what's happening on the back of the right thigh. Just noticing what's happening. Noticing what's happening around the right sit bone. Just noticing. Bring your awareness there, gentle awareness. And then release the left leg down to the floor, foot on the floor. Extend the right leg up toward the ceiling. Just extend it all the way up. Flex the foot, toes towards you. And then slowly lower until the whole of the right leg is on the floor. Reach through the leg, through the heel. And then bend the right knee, place the foot on the floor. And we're going to do the same thing with the left leg. So draw in the left leg, externally rotate it, place the left foot outside your right knee, and open up the knee. So we have external rotation in a figure 4 created with our left leg. And you might just stay right here. This may be the perfect spot for you, or you may decide to bend your right knee, your right hip flexor, and hold on behind the right thigh. As long as you can get your shoulders back down to the floor so that you're not up and straining. Just lying on the floor, relaxed gently. Then breathe into the hip area of the left leg. Just breathing into the sit bones, into the whole of the relationship of the femur, moving into the pelvic basket. That socket that's there to receive it, thinking about all of the muscles in that area, ligaments, relaxing into it. Keep your breath smooth and even through the nose. And then slowly release the right foot to the floor And your left leg extended up toward the ceiling. Press through the heel, toes flex back towards you. And then slowly and gently with that left leg straight, begin to take it to the floor. Nice and slowly. Once it gets there, press through the left heel, keep the leg long. And then bend the left knee, bring it even to the right leg, and just be for a moment. So we're going to move one more time into that same cat tilt that we were doing on the floor, okay? So you have your little bit of your lumbar curve, find it, move your pelvic basket to whatever degree you need to find that little bit of lumbar curve. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, low back to the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, pubic bone dives down, more lumbar curve. Inhale, release. Exhale, low back to the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, more low back curve, pubic bone dips, and release. Exhale, low back to the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, pubic bone dives down, more curve, and release. Let's do one last time. Low back to the floor, and release. Exhale, dive the pubic bone down, more low back curve, and find your neutral on the inhale. Just breathing for a moment. Good. And then we're going to come over onto our side, just for a moment, onto our side. And then bend up your bottom legs, so you might need to look and see what's happening. So my bottom leg, I'm going to bend it and put it at a right angle. So I've got it bent out in front at a right angle. Come down, and as I do that, my upper leg is going to come off the floor. Otherwise, it's too much stretch in that hip area, okay? So flex the upper leg, you can look toward me, and just barely lift and barely lower. So just to parallel and lift a little, no rotation at all, and lower. We're abducting the left leg. Nice and slowly. Slow is key here. Go up, keep the toes pointed toward me, no rotation, they don't head toward the ceiling at all. This is working your tensor fascia lata. And go ahead and bend the knee and rest it on the other leg. So both legs now at a right angle. Good. I have to actually move to be able to do that since I have a wall behind me to do the other side. You might just be able to roll over. You don't really need to see me. Good. So both legs can start out at that right angle and then extend out through the foot parallel to the floor. Working that tensor fascia lata, that muscle that is right under your iliotibial band, okay, right under there. So lift, toes stay toward me, no rotation. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. And then let's lift one time and hold for several breaths. Just lift. Notice everything that's having to be engaged for that movement to happen. Flex the foot. Power through the leg. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And then bend the knee and just rest it for a moment. Excellent. So from here, you're going to do a recline twist. And I want to show you briefly why we're twisting like this. So I'm going to have, those of you who studied with me know how I'm going to do this. And those of you who've not yet realized my twist, just humor me. So I'm going to lie down. And then when I'm down, to be able to twist, I'm going to lift my hips, shift them over to the side, come down, draw in the knees, and go to the other side. That will keep the twist in my spine and not in my low back. It'll keep it in my thoracic spine where I want it, okay? So then we'll just come back, straighten ourselves out, and then do the other side. So come on and lie down. Lift the hips off the floor as if you're going to do a little bridge. Swish them over to the left side, drop them down. Draw your knees in and over to the right side. Take the shins away as if you were seated in a chair. You can always bend your right elbow, left elbow, and rest your hand on your chest. And for most of us, our knees will not be together. Our upper left leg will be a little short of our lower right leg. That just shows that we're respecting what's happening in our lumbar spine. And then slowly and gently begin to come back up. Just roll yourself back up, put your feet on the floor, straighten yourself out. And then now let's go to the other side. So lift, shift them over to the right, drop them down, draw your knees in towards your chest. Take your shins away so you have these right angles as you drop them over to the left. You can bend your right elbow so that you're not straining your shoulder. Your gaze can be at the ceiling. It's the end of practice. So at the ceiling or even over to the left side, but not firmly to the right. Not firmly to the right. Notice the relationship of your upper and lower knee. Just notice it. Don't push. And then slowly come back together. Straighten yourself out. And then find your Shavasana. Just letting go. So today's movements were slow and deliberate and had a lot of effect on the brain-muscle connection, your proprioception, your ability to communicate, to coordinate, muscle and brain. So just relaxing into the body, letting the brain be heavy like any other organ, and just drifting, letting yourself drift. Relax the tongue and the mouth, soften the jaw. Anywhere you have tension, send the breath. Is there anything else you can let go? Feet and hands, legs and arms, trunk and head. Anything else you can let go? Slowly, gently, deliberately, letting your eyes roll in the sockets in one direction and then the other. Letting your tongue begin to roam the mouth, the back of the teeth, the roof of the mouth, swishing it along the front of the teeth. Then opening the mouth wide as if you were yawning. Beginning to wake up the senses, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, fingers and toes, sense of touch, the skin, swimming the fingers, twinkling the toes. And then consider a nice big overhead stretch. Pressing through your arms, pressing through your legs, one leg at a time, and then both legs pressing away from you. And then slowly bend the knees, put the feet on the floor. Draw your arms down, hands close to your belly. And then lift the hips, swish them over to one side and drop yourself all the way over to the other, curling up in embryo pose. Just curling up, safe and secure. Notice that embryonic C curve to your spine, tailbone moving up through into the brain. And then with your upper arm, taking that hand and putting it on the floor in front of your face, begin to press the floor away as you tuck the chin into the chest, spiraling up gently. Letting your head be the last thing that comes up, stacking it gently, and then bringing yourself back into a comfortable seat. Again, if you need your blocks underneath your legs, however you might like to find your comfortable seat. Spine erect. Just being still for a moment, letting the asana do their job. Relax your breath, not controlling it yet. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Our pranayama for today, our controlling the breath. We're going to do a very simple breath. We're going to inhale, 4, hold, 4, exhale, 4, hold, 4. So hopefully that will require you to control it. It will require you to plan, maybe take a little deeper inhale, maybe a little deeper exhale, whatever you need to do to bring yourself into that rhythm, okay? And hopefully the Zoom microphone will pick up my clapping. So we're gonna do 4 inhale, 4 hold. So just pausing Not gripping, not doing anything, just pause. Or exhale and just pause. So no locks, no nothing, just simple hold pause. Okay? Ready? Comfortable seat, tall spine. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. 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 Regular breath pattern. That was 1 minute of pranayama. Controlling the prana, controlling the vital energy. Close your eyes, go within. If you begin to feel anxious, you're holding with too much force. I just want you to pause. I don't want you to hold with force. I don't want you to grip. I want you to just pause. We're resting for 1 minute, then we're going to come back for 1 more minute. We're just resting. So, exhaling the breath all the way out. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. 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 Natural breath pattern. Relax. Breathe. Notice the mind. If you feel agitated, you're holding too hard. Just resting for 1 minute. As soon as this minute is over, you get the choice of 1 more minute of practice or 1 more minute of just sitting quietly and regulating the breath. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Trying to inhale for 6, exhale for 8, or inhale for 8 and exhale for 10. Just 2 more counts to your exhale breath with no holds. So you decide which is best for you right now. 1 more of the counted breath, or just focusing on a little bit longer exhale as you smooth out the breath. Either way, exhaling the breath all the way out and begin, counting or not. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. 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 Pause. And release. Release, release, release. Rest the back of your hands on your legs somewhere or in your lap. Let your spine extend, eyes shuddering. Go within. Triputi, uniting body, breath, mind. No control of the breath at all. Just moving in and out, allowing the universe to breathe you. Moving right into meditation. Our meditation this morning, so Sanskrit for that I am, and that is a capital T, that I am. So So on the inhale, hum on the exhale, following your breath. Don't control the breath. Just putting the mantra to your rhythm, not putting your rhythm to the mantra. Putting the mantra to your rhythm, not putting the rhythm to you. The bowl will ring once to start, once at the end. Slipping into so 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 releasing the mantra and bringing the meditation to a close. Bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Just being still for a moment, letting everything, asana, pranayama, meditation, integrate into your very being. Giving thanks for the practices and lifting up your practice to honor others. Thinking of your intention, repeating your sankalpa 3 times to yourself. Thinking of your offering. Any merit we may have earned, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient beings. Letting those thoughts slip out of your mind into your heart, out of your heart into the palms of your hands, and then slowly lift them up and let them go off into the universe. Hands back into the heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. I'll be right with you. I'm determining whether I'm going to bring the cat with me or not, since she's done most of the class. She should probably be entertaining what to talk about. Okay. Mitzy, you coming? So, somatic movement. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let me find where I can get you where you can unmute as you would so desire. Great. And let me get you where I can see you all. Wonderful. Okay. So those movements we were doing, the somatic movement, are amazing. And you may be more sore tomorrow than you would have been had we done a power class, because it works so deep in the muscle brain connection, right? Just walking up over here, I really felt the difference. Just walking over to you, I could feel that my hips had opened more than if I had done a lot of lunges. So it's great. I have a few of my yoga teacher training students who start tomorrow, where we're going to have a little weekend focus on somatic. So they had a little preview of what's going to happen over the weekend. Any questions about anything we did? Any questions about Mitzy? Can you believe that she did the whole of the cat tilt with me? Huh? Are you going to talk? Can you say something to them? Huh? She's a very vocal cat, and right now she's quiet, but usually she just hollers all the time. So she did all of the cat tilts. I may have to pull that out of the video and post that for my children to see. That was quite amazing. Did you guys see it? Or you were laying down, and so I told you that you might get up and have a look, but if you didn't, then you have to go back and look at the video, because she was quite amazing. So it says my internet connection is unstable. Am I freezing for you sometimes? You just froze for me. And it says my internet connection is unstable. So I keep seeing you freeze and then non-freeze. Yeah. I think it's all the rain. Yeah, it's coming in. I think when it's raining really hard, and it rained really hard last night, really hard. I think in the morning the internet is not so happy. Not sure exactly why, but soggy lines or something. Any questions about somatic practice? There are some wonderful videos and some wonderful teachers that have online classes that, or videos, free videos that you're totally welcome to go to. Let's see.
I have a question. I kind of suspected intuitively, but why is it that slower movements allow the connection to become stronger? Or is there some sort of explanation, or is
A lot of
anything
the, yeah, a lot, there is. You can look up,
about that?
yes, there's a lot, Sylvia. But it's part of the reasoning behind somatics. It's proprioception and what happens with the brain. A lot of our movements are just jerky movements that the muscle is tight and will get you through the movement, but it's not necessarily strong or flexible to get you through the movement. So when you increase that, the slowness of it, it really increases the way that the muscle and the brain connect. How many of you had completely smooth shoulder movement? Raise your hand if you had completely smooth shoulder movement. I think most people are frozen for me.
Yes, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I think it's frozen. I'm not sure what's happening with my internet. Yeah,